I mean, Harry D's kind of been gifted that money.
That is beyond a gift. That is Christmas.
The Wise Owl's pocket rocket check set the trap for Phil Starr. He couldn't resist the all-in when he'd hit his king on the river, but it's seen him tumbling down the leaderboard.
Harry Demetrio with that pot takes a big slice of the pie. 235,000 vaults him into the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and don't think you can't go top to bottom. Look at Philip Starr, 47,000 now. And he's going to have to be, well, he's back at square one.
Well, he sunk faster than the Titanic. Wow.
Philip Starr, he's known as one of the steadiest players on the circuit, Kenna, but supernova, he went there.
Well, you never know what's going on inside of a person, and it's funny that it comes out at the poker table. Who knows? Maybe the pressure of the table, the lights, the cameras, or maybe just not getting any hands, enough hands for him to play, is what melts him down.
What does he have to do here now? He's got 47,000. I mean, it is a playable stack.
Yeah, well, at this point, I wouldn't change anything. I would, as long as you're going to gamble, go with the strategy that you've elected to play and keep pushing it in there. And who knows, maybe the deck will hit you in the face like it did Tony G that one day, and he'll be back on top, and then he can decide how he wants to maneuver his game.
Will the star continue to fall?
Pass.
Come on.
All in.
Here goes Philip Starr again, king nine suited.
The same reasonable play.
And this is going to put Harry into the tank a little bit.
It is. Harry's got a little bit of a decision here because Mr. Starr, you know, still has quite a few chips.
I mean, even if Starr has absolutely nothing, it's still likely to be 50-50 against Harry, isn't it?
That's right. And Harry facing a decision for about 25% of his stack, so it is a serious decision, as you can see. Rub of the eyes.
Seems to me he can afford to fold here, Ken. I don't know.
Well, the problem is he's seen some of these bizarre plays, and he really can't make any sense of it. So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to figure out the puzzle and make sense of it, and he cannot. So he says, I'm just going to look you up and make the call and take a shot against you right here.
And because he just called, it's interesting for John Wong, who wants to see how much it'll cost him. It'll cost John Wong just about exactly half his stack.
And this is the one problem of letting your emotions show at the table. Harry, with that deep thought and pain staking thing, has drawn Wong into the pot because he sensed that Harry wasn't that strong.
I hit myself in these spots.
And aptly he says, how did I do this? Because you basically told him that you didn't have much of a hand when you took about a minute to think about it.
Yeah, Wong
So now
able
Wong-
to read telegraph.
Exactly, he calls for value now, getting 3-1 on his short stack.
No brainer, isn't it?
And Demetriou feels like he's priced in now. Harry has stuck half his stack just about in. Wong is all in. Starr is all in. We could have a double knockout, Ken, if the fives hold.
There you go.
If the fives hold up,
I've got some kind
he
of
will.
pair,
He'll
I
get the
guess.
double knockout. First time we've seen this.
Sixes or sevens, it's the same thing.
We go to the flop. Here it is. Demetrio looking for all safe cards. Starr and Wong looking for their pairs.
Oh, it's hit Philip Starr.
Incredible.
Now, interestingly enough, Wong still has a side pot to play with Harry D. And Harry D's leading in that side pot, Kenna.
It's not significant as the main pot. Very unfortunate turn of events and cards for John Wong here to lose to Philip Starr with just with a worse kicker, the river.
Oh,
It's a five!
They're both out.
Jesse, it's a double knockout.
Harry D's done it. And
Okay.
that was amazing.
Yeah. 9-10 rag, you asked me the other hand.
It was amazing how that play backfired on everybody but Harry D.
Oh, sorry about that.
And John Wong looking like he's just been hit by a truck.
What do you think about the play by Wong?
Well,
He was trying to win a big pot there, wasn't he?
yeah, actually, I don't mind his play that much.
But Harry D slipping into a massive chip lead. I think he's got about, well, geez, he's got nearly 400,000 right now, three-handed. That was quick.
Do you want a chip count, Marty?
Very quick.
Yeah, as long as I beat John, as long as I beat John, I'm getting some of it back.
How much of poker is down to luck? Just 2 cards for Harry Demetriou to captain the deck, and one of them comes on the river. He's just come second over in a WPT event in Vegas, so knocking out 2 in one go comes easy to him. Not very nice though, when you're the one receiving the bad beat. Both Phil and John are with our commentators.
Well, the first double knockout we've seen in this tournament. Philip Starr, John Wong, commiserations. Now, Philip, first, was all going so well for you? It seemed like you really had command of that game. And then the all-ins.
Well, I thought he was at it when he had the aces, and I thought, well, better to move in before he does it, and I just have to...
You didn't want to have to make a play on him on the flop.
No, it was better to get rid of him because he could have been lucky enough and hit anything there. But as it was, he didn't need it, he already had it, he got the aces.
Well, but it seemed like something snapped. That was out of character for you. We hadn't seen you make that play to that point. Was there something amiss, or was it just a calculated play?
No, his arrogance.
Yeah, just calculated play.
They made it worse, it was English.
Now, John, I have to ask you, how much did it factor in your decision in this last hand that Harry was, under a lot of indecision on what to do with his hand? Did that affect your decision at all?
Well, I knew that I was up against a small pair, basically. I did know exactly what I was up against. I wasn't too sure what he had, but I put him on, I thought I had live cards, so there's only one spot, right? So I had to gamble there. I couldn't wait around, and I was pretty confident that I was up against a 50-50 or something along that line. Yeah. So I just stuck the chips in. I got myself quite low, so I had to make that move.
Well, with 2 players out, this game now is broke kind of wide open. Harry D, like a freight train. Can he close the deal 3-way?
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
What an incredible hand we've just seen. A double knockout by Harry Demetriou, hitting a 5 on the river to take out both John Wong and Phil Starr. You couldn't write that one. We're down to 3 in one sweep. Let's get back to the action.
Harry D showing no signs of slowing up. His collar turning up just a little bit, just as his chip stack does.
He's going to tell you what, Harry has done all the knocking out at this table. He's going to be like McDonald's. Harry D, Mickey D, a billion knocked out.
All in.
Not messing around. Smith is going to need to find a pair or a big ace, I think, to call. Instead, he finds the King-7 of clubs.
I mean, is the problem that Martin Smith might be thinking about now, Kenna, that if he doesn't draw the line now, by the time he does draw the line, he won't have enough chips to compete?
It was a thought, a fleeting thought.
Very fleeting.
And look, Harry looks down at his owl saying, thank you, my lucky charms, for letting the cards fly my way.
I'm just an ordinary person. Anyone can do what I've done. I mean, I like to think I've applied myself rather well, and I have worked hard at my game. I've read everything I could possibly find, not because you're going to learn something from the book, but it gets you questioning certain situations. I'm discussing hands with friends all the time. I think that's a very important learning tool. Just discussing how other people would view a hand, how they would play it, gives you an insight into, an alternative way of playing a hand. And whenever you're sitting down at the table and you see some great players there like Phil Ivey or Ted Forrest, you watch how they play their hands, and hopefully you can take a piece from everyone's game and develop your own style.
after this heat is over, there may be a run on golden owl statues. I don't know who's got the concession, but I want in.
Now, you said earlier